High rates, peso volatility, and global uncertainty are making property buyers more selective. But how about in the premium and luxury segment? Joining us now is Jose Juan Jugo, Executive Vice President and Head of Signature Series by SM Residences. Jose, welcome to the show.
Thank you for your time, Apa. I'm glad to be here.
We're very interested in this topic. You know, the premium or the luxury real estate or property market is very interesting in this country because it doesn't seem to suffer during economic downturns. No?
Well, yes, that's the impression. But whenever the economy or the economic landscape meets some challenges, we also have it also impacts us.
Yeah.
But it's quite a resilient sector, and it's always able to pull through, and hopefully it stays that way.
SM Signature Series is a fairly new player in the premium and luxury real estate space. How has demand been so far? Have you been able to capture market share?
Yes, we have. Well, we're a very new organization. We launched our first project very recently, just a few months ago. We organized ourselves over the last 2 years to be where we are today. And so far, we got in good traction. Unfortunately, it came in the midst of global shocks, but we are adjusting to it, and we're adapting to what has to be adapted to. And so far, it's all been good.
Susana Heights sits in an area with several other premium residential developments. What's drawing buyers to Susana Heights specifically?
Susana Heights is very special in many ways. Firstly, it's within Metro Manila.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to find jewels of property like this within the city. If you want to find horizontal development this special, then you normally have to go out or you pay the price. Mm-hmm. Susana Heights is it's in that sweet spot, the Goldilocks zone, where you're still able to come in at good prices that will appreciate fairly soon.
Did SMDC acquire this property from the Madrigals, or are you joint venturing with them? Susana is Susana Paterno Madrigal.
It's been in the SM group for the longest time.
Okay.
So it's only now that we decided to resurrect the project. Mm-hmm. The company has held on to treasury lots in Susana Heights Village for a few decades.
Yeah.
And we thought it was time now to release the inventory we've had. And
Land bank.
yes, the foresight of the founder and the family has been tremendous. And it's very few and far in between where you see developers who are able to hold on to land bank like this.
So it was Tatang who bought it, not even Tessie.
Well, I believe so. It precedes me. It precedes me. But there's a lot of history in this property. But the key point really is that we've held on to it, and it's now that we decided to release the treasury lots into the market.
What's your buyer profile? Is it are they looking for second homes, primary residences, or generational holding?
We're hoping that the people who have been buying from us now will decide to build homes there. I mean, that's what we want, right?
Yeah.
Susana Heights Village is already a very mature community, but we'd like to see more population come in. It's the perfect place to build a home in. But we launched only very recently, so we have to see yet how the profile of the buyers will evolve. What we're seeing now is that people are buying for the capital appreciation. They've already made capital appreciation since we launched, but we're hoping that sooner than later they will build homes there to make it an even more thriving community.
Why the South? Why is the South the hot area? I mean, you don't see people building Susana Heights in Bulacan.
Well, hopefully we'll see these promising pockets of development everywhere soon. But the South development in this country and anywhere, I guess, would really follow the path of infrastructure. And the South, by virtue of what has happened across many segments, developed faster than the North with infrastructure, with developers land banking there generations ago. And it's now that it's erupting into something very robust. So by default, the South has become a very exciting place to develop in. We're seeing that slowly happening in the North, with Clark coming in and with Subic, and it will take time. Property development is not something that happens overnight. It will take years, but in this business, 10, 15 years is a blink.
Yeah. Let's talk about your ultra-luxury condo development, the Estate, Makati. Metro Manila condo vacancy is at multi-year highs. How are you selling against that backdrop?
We have to put that into context. The vacancies that we are seeing and hearing and reading about really are in the broader market.
Yeah.
But when we talk about the luxury market and the ultra-luxury market, like the Estate Makati, for example, 188 units. This, by the way, is our partnership with Federal Land.
Yes.
So we do have partners here. But there are very few of these projects that go around. And the Estate Makati is one of them. It's very scarce. Even when there were multiple projects like this happening at the same time a few years ago, the supply was scarce. And the Estate Makati now, I believe, to my best knowledge, is the only ultra-luxury market that is still selling. All the others have been sold. So we're the ones out there with offerings of very few units left. It's been exciting. It's been robust.
Is it pretty low density compared to?
It is. 188 units compared to other ultra-luxury projects that have much more density packed into it. But by default, the property is also quite compact.
Yeah.
It's along
What's the
apartment ridge.
footprint of the?
If I recall correctly, it's just a bit over 3,000 square meters,
Okay.
the lot pad.
Yeah.
But we built very high, 60 stories. So that's about 4 units per floor. Very, very spacious, very well designed by signature architects from the US.
Mm-hmm.
So we're turning that over in the coming months.
Yeah, Q1 2027.
That's right.
Turnover is a hard date.
That's right.
Where is completion today, and realistically, can that timeline hold?
Yes,
with the
yes.
rising risks?
We are finishing the project by end of the year.
Okay.
And by Q1, we'll start turning over to our buyers, and that will go on for maybe a few months.
Mm-hmm. Ultra-luxury developments typically depend on imported finishes. With supply chain disruptions happening, are you seeing pressures in that regard?
Yes, we are, but that's par for the course.
Yeah.
In this business, it's par for the course, and developers have to adjust, they have to adapt. Key here is locking in the contracts early on, which we've done. This global shock with the Hormuz Strait, that kind of complicated shipments and logistics, but we're navigating through that, and we're still completing the project in time by end of the year.
Of all the macro risks, BSP rates staying high, peso volatility, which one is affecting your sales pipeline the most?
Interest rates will affect us, definitely, but we're also seeing a good number of buyers choosing to pay in cash. This market has the resources to pay in cash, and we've seen that over the years. Interest rates, yes, clearly a major factor, but as I mentioned, developers have to adapt and to adjust. So we see how we can work together with the buyers to make the purchase viable.
There are two readings on luxury real estate in uncertain markets. It either benefits as a hard asset hedge, or it gets hit first because of big ticket discretionary spend pulling back. What's your sales data showing?
Well, my point of view here has always been that in our history as a Filipino nation, the property segment, particularly this sector, has always been the most resilient and the most. It's been the one with the most resolve. So my reading here is that no matter what happens, people will benefit from the purchases. It will hold up despite all the turmoil we've gone through over the decades in our history. It's always been the sector that always stood ground.
Okay. Well, one final question that I want to throw in here. SM is going to have to really work on its branding because it's known for, the broad market, right? And very, very high density. It's able to offer the cheapest product that, value for money, but this is a completely different play.
Yes,
you have to convince people that SM has the style and taste and prestige to pull this off.
Yeah, the SM brand is an immensely powerful brand.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful brand.
No kidding.
And the strategy of the company has always been to address the broader market. And they've succeeded in doing that without question.
Yeah.
But what we've also seen, and what the public has seen as well, is that they've been able to go upstream and uplift the experiences across multiple product lines. The malls, for example, of our childhood, the SM malls, have really been uplifted in experience.
Yeah.
And they've gone upscale without abandoning the core market that they've chosen to dominate very convincingly.
Yeah.
The hotels they have are very upscale now.
Yeah.
The offices they have are can stand shoulder to shoulder with any building in Makati or BGC.
Sure.
So it's been done. In the company, it's been done. And now what we have to do is do that in the residential portion. And that's why we're here.
Okay. Thank you, Jose Juan Jugo,
Thank you.
Executive Vice President and Head of Signature Series by SM Residences.
Thank you, Apa.